Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to Crown Stag Voiceover. My name is Neil Glasgow. So in today's video, what I want to talk to you about is getting paid in voiceover. Specifically, how to maximize your opportunities and following up on getting paid. Now, to help anyone out, before we get started, this is not going to be talking about any of the pay-to-play platforms. I'll cover them briefly, but this is mostly for you and your business and how you get paid in voiceover. So with all of that in mind, let's get into it. Okay, so let's just cover off the easy bits. When you're working in voiceover, chances are you're going to be on platforms like Fiverr, Voices.com, Voices123, Bidalgo, etc., etc. Now, the reality is with those platforms, and one of the good things about those platforms is they have, by and large, an escrow service, which means that the client pays them, they pay you. The funds for the project are already identified, ratified, and held for completion of that project, and they will pay you into whichever bank account or PayPal or whatever it is that you set up with them. That's money in your pocket. That is a good thing of these platforms, but mostly, if you are anything like me, you will be reaching out to clients directly, which means that you need to do quite a few things to make sure, A, that the clients engage with you, but B, you maximize your earning potential, and C, you actually make sure that you get paid, okay? So that's what I want to cover in this video. So the first thing that I want to talk to you about getting set up is a professional bank account for your voiceover business. Whatever you want to call your voiceover business. Jim's Voices, Claire's amazing, sultry, sexy voice, whatever it is you want to call it. Don't know where I went there. Call it that. That's where Crown Stag Voiceover came from. That is my company name. So I have a bank account in that regard, and it is a company, a corporate bank account. And one of the key aspects of having a company bank account and being listed, if you're in the UK on Companies House as a professional business, is you get to enjoy certain tax exemptions, but you also charge for certain tax elements to come through. Now, in the UK, we have a thing called VAT, value added tax, that gets put on to all of the projects within the UK that I work on. So say I do a voiceover job at £300, that will be plus VAT, which is, for us over here, that's a 20% uplift. And that VAT essentially goes into the bank account, and every so often the tax man comes knocking, and I send that money off to them, and that's part of how our government gets paid. Now, I say that for UK clients. If I'm working with a client in, say, America, I don't charge VAT. There are different tax things. I think it's the W-9 form that gets signed in, and the tax is paid in the country that you earn that money on. But ultimately, it means that you can do a lot here. And being a professionally registered business means that a lot more clients, in my experience anyway, want to engage with you, because you're not just, seemingly the dude in his closet. You are a professional outfit. You're registered on Companies House. That's number one. So, bank account, register yourself as a real corporate business, okay? The next thing that I want you to look at doing is get yourself a professional email address set up. So, having, neilglasgow@gmail.com, not a real address, but when you're marketing yourself out to get all this work, Gmail, Hotmail, all that sort of stuff tends to get flagged on the servers and in the spam filters. And again, it just adds a little bit of credence to have a professional email set up. They're not particularly expensive, and you can get them from all of those providers. You can get them from Gmail, you can get them from wherever, but it's tied back into your professional, your corporate account, okay? So for me, I'm nglasgow@crownstagvoiceover.co.uk, just in case anybody wants to reach out. That then ties into the next thing. And bear in mind, I am going to get to money in a minute. ties into the next thing, okay? Get yourself set up a professional voiceover website. Now, you can do this yourself. There are sites out there like Squarespace. I'll put a link in the description where you can go and set a thing up, and it's not particularly difficult. You can do this with relatively no internet skills because it's all templated, it's all set up for you. But the important thing about having a website is not just it's a place to go or somewhere that you can direct clients, it's a repository of your best work, okay? So if anybody asks for samples or anything like that, the amount of clients that I get that say, thanks for your email, we went to your website, you've got some really good stuff on there, and it's a place that you can manage and maintain, but it means that you can also have that as a reference point for clients to be able to say, hey, look, if you're interested in me, here is a raft of things that you can do. And you can set that up any way you want. Having a one-pager, a splash page as it were, can and can't work, depends on what medium you're in. But at least in my experience, having those things, so bank account set up as a corporation and having my own professional email and having my own website gives an air of credibility that clients tend to really enjoy and engage with me. And I'm setting all of that up for you now as a preamble because I get more work and have enjoyed more work having all of those things set up. It's if a client thinks I look professional and then I provide them a Gmail account, or if they think I look professional and then I provide them a PayPal account or something like that, perceptually, it just brings that down a little bit. And the feedback I've had from clients is, oh, great, you're a professional outfit. We like to see that. So I'm just letting you know that it's a small thing. It really is a small thing and minimal effort on your end, but it does add this credibility to who you are. Okay, so we've done all of that. We've talked about all the things you need to set up. Now, let's say you've landed your gig. Okay, you've done your gig. You've sent it off. Great. How do I get paid now? Invoices. And this is the big thing that I want you to pay attention to. Now, I use Excel. I'm a Windows guy. I'm sure there's some comparative program that's on Mac, if it's not Excel itself. But you can set up a brand new Excel document that is specifically tailored for invoices, and you can customize that invoice with any branding that you might have, anything that makes it look like, again, your professional outfit. Now, what I want you to do on this is create everything in this Excel spreadsheet and then save it as a PDF. And that's really important because when you save it as a PDF, again, credibility, but it means that it's non-editable by the end client when they get that. And once you have sent that off, and what I want you to do is things along the lines of invoice 0001 for whatever the project name is, who the contact people are that you're going to be sending it to, date it, really important, and with the amount of money for the job that you're doing, plus any tax or commercial buyouts or whatever it is, itemize everything, okay? It's really important that you do this. So you know exactly what's coming in, what is taxable, what needs to go to the taxman, what is going in your pocket, okay? Then, as I say, save it as a PDF and send it off. Then you've got to make sure that you are keeping on top of all this stuff. So when you get to a point, and I've said it in a slightly better way before, where I've forgotten to chase invoices, most clients will have a 30-day turnaround. Now, some clients are fantastic and they pay you within a couple of days and the full amount, and it's never an issue. But most clients will say to you 30 days. Some clients will say 60 days, right? And 60 days can be a long time for you to remember to chase that invoice. And don't chase it before it's, the time is allotted. But yeah, keep a track of your invoices. And this is why I say date everything in your Excel spreadsheets and in your PDFs. But create a separate tracker in an Excel spreadsheet, in a Google Doc, whatever you want, that tells you and prompts you to chase for an invoice at a certain point. Because at some point, it will happen. You'll go, hang on a minute, I did that quite a while ago. There's no money in my bank account. And then what you'll discover is it's only at day 27. What you might discover is at day 47 and you completely forgot about it. So did they. And what you'll find with a lot of clients is the longer they can get away with it, the better. I mean, I've worked with clients before that say we don't pay until someone's chased us 3 times. It's a terrible practice, but it happens. And ultimately, you need to make sure that you are keeping on top of your money and that you are getting paid. And that's the last thing I want to make sure that you're aware of and that you're covering, okay? When you do a 30-day turnaround or a 60-day turnaround to get paid, you need to budget for that, because what you might have is very boom and bust, and you need to make sure that there's a consistent, steady level. So when you're doing your work and when you are out there touting for work, the reason I was telling you all that in the beginning about getting the professional things set up is I can guarantee the more professional you seem on a digital platform, pictures of your booth, whatever it is, however you want to showcase yourself, having it more professional generates more income coming in. Guaranteed. If you're just on the pay-to-play platforms and you don't intend to do this as a real full-time gig, don't worry about it. But if you want to be a full-time voiceover artist with your own business, your own booth, your own everything, do all the things that I've told you to do. Do it in that order and then get yourself out marketing. And if you don't know how to market, I have done a video on this last year, voiceover marketing tips, something to that effect. It's in my library. Go watch all the videos. But it's in there and I detail line by line how I market, who I market to and what I do. If you've got any questions around that, if you can't find a video, whatever it is, let me know. I'm very happy to do an updated video. And that's it. That's this week's video, this week's tips. If you've liked the video, give it a like and subscribe. If you've enjoyed any content on the channel, please do click that notification bell and do hit that subscription button. It really does satiate the YouTube gods. And remember, you can be a voiceover artist. I'll see you in the next video.